Minette is a unique feeling that you walk in the door. Every student, staff, and family member that enters our building feels a sense of family and welcoming, positive relationships. We use our creative learning environment to ignite creativity, collaboration, and establish those future-ready skills in all of our learners at Minette.
Learning at Minette is like different because here we have like houses, and like our houses are kind of like Harry Potter style because we have like a name and a color and an animal and a chant, and we have house points too. And I think like the system is like really cool. I think it's like a way that others can connect with their friends and other people that they don't know.
What makes our school so unique? There are so many things, honestly, but just the diversity of our students. Everybody comes in with their own background and their experience.
I think Emerson is unique because of the culture we have here. Through these projects that we have, we get to learn more about the people that we have on our campus. I've been put into groups where I know nobody, and I've come out with lots of friends.
So when we move towards project-based and inquiry learning, students take ownership of what they're working on. So instead of the traditional sit and get or the lecture where students have to catch up to where the teacher is and the teacher is the facilitator of all knowledge, students are really taking their ownership of their learning. They're kind of driving us where we want to go. This is our first year implementing project-based learning. It's going great, but what I'm most excited for is the next 2 years. And when teachers get more knowledge on how to facilitate this, students can take the class in different directions. So first period and second period could look completely different.
Definitely the flex spaces. It's more of an open school, which also helps me with more of an open mind. So with the flex spaces, I have more spaces to be able to help me study, do homework, do classwork, and definitely hang out with friends.
I really enjoy like collaboration for projects or like just for learning the content. It's very important for students to learn to work with others and not just depend on themselves or just depend on the teacher for everything. And it creates a sense of like familiarity with the school and a sense of creates like a family.
Being able to vertically align our TEKs and work with other students and grade levels is a really positive way for students to be able to collaborate. We've had opportunities for students to work with other grades and an entire school immersive learning experience where students are able to learn from buddies and other classes and establish those connections that are so important in the learning process.
I'm going to have to go with the co-teaching. I love how instead of one, you get 2 teachers at Minette Elementary, and it's actually a great opportunity for you to have an open mind, and it helps the teachers collaborate. So, and I think it's also a great idea for co-teaching because it helps students learn and grow with 2 teachers. We have a base question, and then we learn about that, and then we have some information about it, and then we have our own ideas about it, and then like we correct them if they're wrong, and then if they're right, then we kind of like do a project on that.
They are encouraged to showcase their differences. And that kind of goes back to inquiry-based learning. And just the fact that you can walk into any classroom and it does not look the same. The teachers, they might be teaching the same exact subject, but it looks so different.
The thing that I enjoy most about learning is probably the creative freedom that we're given at Emerson. Just presented with the information, it's very engaging, and I don't feel like it's still work, but it doesn't feel like it's just on to the next one. We're trying to get to the next unit.
We're not as much given the content, we're given resources to find that content ourselves. I'm able to kind of take the leadership and ownership in how I'm learning the material, which I think will help me as I go into college and my future career.
Definitely the hands-on approach and just everyone being involved in it. It's definitely more of we're in this together rather than you're in this by yourself.
In the past, teachers would create just do lectures, give students their worksheets, and then do a skills check and a test. It was the same cycle of events. And then now here at Panther Creek High School, teachers would not only just do lectures and teach you the content, but they'll also incorporate projects and also various other activities that students could do in other parts of school other than the classroom, which creates a new perspective of the learning and the content itself.
Students have had many hands-on learning experiences. We did an activity with second grade where students got to do ice balloons and look at the physical properties and being able to cool and melt and how those changes affect the properties of ice. Students were able to go in and teach first graders about physical properties. They were able to do their own mini lesson. We are able to do a lot of vertically aligned activities.
My favorite learning activity at Minette is probably Mrs. Miskey's Thanksgiving breakout. Miskey set up this fun Thanksgiving math session that someone stole our tickets to the Thanksgiving feast, and we've got to break out a digital code. That was very fun.
This project we're working on right now, it's with maps and boundaries. So some students might say, hey, why is this high school bigger than that high school? And some students might say, I don't want to look at high schools. I want to look at, other maps, Frisco maps, Prosper maps. And we're going to have that flexibility to eventually look at all those things. And so really personalized to where students want to go.
In my Algebra 2 class, we had a spheres project that we were to make a sphere on a model that would be put into our school. So we had to do the math and do a design for that. So it was definitely a cool experience to be able to do that hands-on learning, and it definitely helped me learn a lot more than I usually would.
In Ignite, we create, it's basically like Cub Scouts, but in school. Learn physical skills that we'll need in life, like engineering and innovating and stuff like that.
I've been able to see just a lot of growth in our students and a lot of authenticity on their part, how they can show their mastery of skills in a unique way to them.
To enjoy the way that we're getting prepared for the real world and the skills that we're learning, like collaboration skills and our communication skills with other people, because I think those are skills that are going to serve us well as adults and as we get into our careers and into college and all of that. It's just as important, if not more important, than our test scores or our grades.
Learning through an inquiry-based style, I see myself trying to figure out the why more than just being given what I'm supposed to do, and I think that is making me become a problem solver, and it's making me connect things from the outside world in my personal life into these projects. So it's making me a more well-rounded person when I'm trying to figure out these projects, and I feel like that's making me increase my knowledge of what I have in that particular subject.
So the benefit I see in this is teachers are moving towards this facilitator model. So when they're working in groups, I can sit back and take out a pen and paper and write down observations I see of my students. And so I can give them credit for what they're learning. I can see this student really knows how to add and subtract fractions. They're doing a really good job with that. Maybe they can't multiply fractions, and so then I can come up and support them in that way. So it's allowing me to tailor my instruction to what they need, because I can take a step back, because I'm not the one just talking all the time anymore. And I'm just observing. And it's kind of giving both the students and me breathing room. There is no sitting and getting for hours on end. It is collaboration, synthesis, taking things that might not go together, finding a way to mesh them together and presenting. And this new model we're using, inquiry-based, just really speaks to all those skills that employers are going to be looking for.
And this, by project-based learning in the school, stimulates collaboration and communication skills in students through the projects, and it also stimulates connection with the teacher and other students as well.